Welcome back, patrol members. Welcome back to the Mojave Patrol. And tonight we got a whiskey review. Wild Turkey Kentucky Bourbon. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey right here. Wild Turkey. I've never had it. If I had it, I didn't know it. And tonight's cigar. See if I can hit the trash can from here. Ooh! Tonight's cigar is a Bahia Maduro, handmade in Nicaragua. Check that out. Isn't that beautiful? Never do this in front of your guests. This is for the sanctity of your den. I have an itch under my ring. Have you ever had that happen? Boy, it has an excellent aroma. Really fine aroma. And we have an antique shot glass today. And of course, ubiquitous grape Kool-Aid. Oh, that is good. That is really good. And we have our butt can. Whew! Well, first things first. Let me get my recently acquired lighter from the USS Forrestal. USS Forrestal was an aircraft carrier, CVA-59. And one of the things it's famous for is there was a terrible accident on this aircraft carrier which caused an enormous fire. And from what I understand, they didn't know if they were going to save the ship. Yeah. I'll put a little blurb, wait, over here. Up in here somewhere. And you can find out about it. And our knife tonight is a Ulster, a really old Ulster pocket knife. Stockman's knife. 3-bladed knife. Pretty sharp. So let us trim the cap. Man, I bogs that up. Look at that. That's stick. A lot of cigars have like this plug in here you pull out, let you draw on it easier. Free and easy on the draw. What a day. That is a good smoke. There's an old saying from the turn of the last century. A woman is a woman, but a good cigar is a smoke. Oh yeah, it goes good with this. So there was no movie on Wednesday. Mrs. Patrol is out of town for a week. And I'm doing some work around the house. Working in my office, doing laundry. Going shopping at the market. Made sure all the dishes were clean. Take out the papers and the trash. Do 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 do. Or you don't get no spending cash. Do 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 do. Yeah, so. She's at a quilt retreat in Heber City, Utah. And she's having a good time. And boy, it has been hotter than hex hubs here. Today was 96 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll put the actual scientific temperature right over here. And it is still at 7:20. It's still 94 degrees in the studio. We need to put some gable end vents here with a fan in them. Keep this place cool. But let me tell you, it is hot in here. Yeah. So anyway, let's stop beating around the bush and crack open this wild turkey. Well, there we go. There's a little rip ring. There we go. We'll break the tax stamp. This isn't really a tax stamp. They don't have tax stamps on, at least not in California. Okay, that's cut. Nice and clean. Excuse me. No pop. Has an interesting aroma. Should I pour it like they do on the commercials? Hold it down here so I don't obscure the label, and then pour it. That's a healthy dollop. Look at that color. That's a nice color, isn't it? Nice and clear. My shirt says, "I'll be in the backyard." Here, I'll pan down. I'll be in the backyard with a cigar and whiskey. How true is that? I can go down even more. There we go. I'll be in the backyard. So anyway, give it the sniff test. Kind of has a sharp aroma. Hang on. Excuse me. I have allergies, apparently. There we go. It has a sharp smell, but boy, you're not smelling much. So let's get down to brass tacks here. Wild turkey. There. Boy, that doesn't make it any better. Like working in a cave. Okay, Wild Turkey, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Expertly crafted by the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Famer Eddie Russell. Wild Turkey stands above every other whiskey in his category. Well, everybody, the camera overheated and shut off. So where was I? Oh, yeah. I was reading to everybody how wonderful this whiskey was. Okay. So we age our bourbon up to 5 to 8 years in number 4 alligator char American oak barrels. Sure, this takes time, but that's why it's a cut above the rest, with notes of sweet vanilla, pear, and hints of spice. Wild Turkey finishes with a flavor that is full and rich, whether enjoyed straight or with a mixer. Okay, you ready? The Surgeon General, that guy, warns that women should not drink alcohol during pregnancy because of a risk of birth defects. Consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery and may cause health problems. Yes, health problems. Health problems. So let's see what we got here. Now this is at room temperature, because I had to take this camera and stick it in the fridge. Over here is a little refrigerator from the 1950s. All right, so let's check here. It does have kind of a strong aroma. Hang on. It doesn't say on here. I don't see any place on here where it says what the proof is. Crafted with conviction, Wild Turkey, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Eddie Russell. Does it say on this? Since 1855. Mystery whiskey. I can smell a little spicy smell. Oak barrel, pear. Mm. The pug goes down to here. I don't know if I'm tasting the pear or the oak. That has a slightly sweet taste. I think it's at least 90 proof. I could be wrong. I'll try to find out and stick it up over here somewhere. I hate to sound stupid, like I'm missing it, but it doesn't say. Just says drink responsibly. Distilled and bottled by the Wild Turkey Distilling Company in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. www.wildturkeybourbon.com. Product of USA, 750 milliliters. Bold, genuine, and true. That's embossed right on the bottle. I don't know where it says it. I didn't see it on a little plastic wrapper. There we go. Wild Turkey. How about that big earthquake in Russia? My cigar went out while I was waiting for the camera to cool down. What was that, an 8.7? I saw some videos of that, and holy cow. Those people, let me tell you. But you know, there's some countries in the world where if that same earthquake hit, hundreds of thousands of people would die. It's a testament how Russia built the cities on its east coast. Because, man, those buildings are rocking and rolling and swaying, and I didn't see any buildings just like turning to crap and falling in the rubble. I'm sure there were some structures that did, but I just didn't see it in the videos I saw. A lot of people were screaming. A lot of people were screaming. Holy cow. Over the lips, past the gums, look out stomach. Here it comes. That is not bad. That is not bad. That's a good social whiskey if you're playing poker or you're living a backyard barbecue. My son-in-law likes to drop ice in the glass. He says that it cuts the whiskey, but I'm okay with it like this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pour a second touch. And may the road drop before you and the wind always be at your back, and may you be in heaven a half an hour before the devil knows you're dead. Wow. Faith in me, gotta. You know, a lot of Irish people settled in the South, you know, in the 1800s, and the 1700s. This cigar goes really well with the whiskey. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm not ashamed to say this is good stuff, Maynard. So how was your week, folks? Trying to get back on track. Going to the doctor. I got an eye exam coming up here in a couple of days. I got to call the doctor tomorrow. Make sure everything's on tap for that. Problem is, Mrs. Patrol is not going to be back, and they're probably going to dilate my eyes, which means driving might be a little difficult. Ugh. I must have ashes in my grape soda. Yeah, it's 96 degrees today, and it's going to be 99 tomorrow. But then it's going to cool down 4 or 5 degrees. At night, though, it is still into the 60s. The middle to lower 60s. Yeah, so... Better to smoke here than hereafter. Yeah, it's pretty warm in here. So, anyway, there we go. You can see that a little better. Whew. I went to one of the local gun shows, and the price of firearms in California is skyrocketing. They're selling firearms that I paid $129 for 25 years ago for $1,800. Yeah. Now, these are mostly pre-1960, from 60 all the way back to the Civil War. Some modern firearms are reasonable prices, but I know in countries where you can't get firearms or possessing firearms, you have to jump through a lot of hoops to get. I'm sure everything there is really expensive. I hand load a lot of my ammunition because that's what makes it affordable. There's ammunition that I need that I could buy at the gun show that's $5 or $6 for each bullet. And when I hand load them, it's down around 50 cents. So, yeah. Prices have gone way up. Well, California taxes the crap out of everything anyway. I mean, we have some of the highest gasoline. Well, we do have the highest gasoline prices in the United States. I think even higher than Hawaii. I'm sure there's certain parts of the world where gasoline is really expensive. And I know for a fact there's certain parts of the world where gasoline is practically free. And you're going to say, oh, it's not free. Some of the Middle Eastern countries, if you're a citizen of that country, you're really not paying for the gasoline. So, yeah. So, wild turkey, worth getting. I think this was under $19 for a fifth. And cigars are $39 for 20. These are really moist, easy smoking cigars. So there you have it. Anyway. Sorry about the camera glitch, but I'm going to cut it short here because I'm sure the camera's already getting hot because it's hot in here. So, here's looking at you, kid. And remember, we'll always have Paris.
You said it. Here's looking at you, kid.
Anyway, thanks for joining me. And I hope you and yours are doing okay. And I really appreciate you for watching my videos. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. You know, it's free. I don't care. I'm not monetized on YouTube, so I'm not making any money off this. No commercials. I come to you commercial free, and it doesn't cost you anything to click like and leave a comment, and or to subscribe. It's free, absolutely free. So until next time, later, mater.
Attention. To help carry on our important work, I want you to join the Secret Squadron and wear this official badge and have this secret decoder. Following each week's adventure, I'll send an important secret message, and only Secret Squadron members who have decoders can decode them. Also, later I'll tell you the simple rules for joining the Secret Squadron, but you must promise to do as I do. Keep yourself healthy and mentally alert. And drink Ovaltine every day. It's the official drink of the Secret Squadron. We Secret Squadron members know chocolate-flavored Ovaltine helps give us what we need for rocket power. Yes, just as a rocket adds thrust during takeoff, Ovaltine can add the kind of nourishment so important for rocket power. We drink Ovaltine hot for breakfast. Good, too. And cold for lunch and between meal snacks. And hot again at bedtime to help keep us revved up with rocket power. Believe me, Ovaltine's got what it takes to help you be a leader in your gang. So drink instant Ovaltine every day.